The news no one wanted to believe is now tragically confirmed. George Clooney, the legendary actor, director, and humanitarian, has been diagnosed with a life-altering form of cancer. For years, Clooney has been the epitome of charm and charisma, an ageless icon whose presence lit up every room, every screen, and every red carpet. But behind the polished smile and public appearances, George has been quietly battling a storm that no one saw coming. The type of cancer has not been disclosed in full detail, but sources close to the family confirm that it is serious, chronic, and emotionally overwhelming. What makes this even more devastating is how unexpected it was. Clooney had appeared healthy, energetic, and focused on his work and family life. But beneath it all, his body had been silently fighting back against something much more sinister. According to insiders, the diagnosis came after several months of unexplained fatigue, back pain, and noticeable changes in his appetite and energy levels. Initially dismissing it as stress or age-related exhaustion, Clooney finally agreed to undergo comprehensive testing, and that's when the devastating truth surfaced. He sat in silence for what felt like hours, one insider revealed. George just stared ahead when the doctor gave him the news. He didn't speak. He didn't cry. He just froze. Those closest to George say that moment broke something inside of him, a part of his identity that had always believed in control, in strength, in invincibility. The reality that he was no longer immune to life's darkest surprises hit him like a wave, and it hasn't been easy since. Amal Clooney, George's fiercely intelligent and graceful wife, has always been the grounding force in his life. A prominent international human rights lawyer, Amal has stood beside her husband through every public appearance, family celebration, and career milestone. But nothing could have prepared her for this. Sources reveal that Amal was with George when the diagnosis was confirmed. Those present recall her initially remaining strong, holding his hand, nodding slowly at the words she likely feared the most. But later, when the room was empty and the medical team had left, Amal was seen silently weeping, her tears falling slowly, without a sound, as she sat beside the man she loves. It was in that moment, they say, that the depth of her grief became undeniable. She didn't need to say anything. Her tears said it all, a close friend shared. She's holding it together for George, for their children, but the pain is enormous. Despite the intense emotional toll, George and Amal are doing everything they can to protect their young twins, Ella and Alexander. The couple is reportedly spending more time than ever at their Lake Como estate, away from the spotlight, focusing on intimate family moments and the things that truly matter. George, devastated though he may be, is still showing up for his kids, reading them bedtime stories, playing piano for them, and even laughing through the pain when he can muster the strength. It's these moments, those closest to the Clooneys say, that keep him going. Amal, meanwhile, has rearranged her schedule to be fully present for George. Her legal work, which once took her across the globe, has been scaled back significantly as she focuses her attention on her husband's care and their children's well-being. Make no mistake, George Clooney is devastated. Friends describe him as emotionally drained, caught between moments of clarity and waves of helplessness. But there's also something remarkably courageous about the way he's handling this diagnosis. Instead of disappearing completely from the public eye, George is preparing to speak out, not for attention, but to raise awareness. Sources suggest he may soon work on a documentary or speak openly about his health journey in an effort to shed light on the realities of chronic illness and early detection. He wants to turn his pain into purpose, a classic Clooney move that echoes his decades of activism and philanthropy. Throughout all of this, Amal's quiet strength has become the pillar that holds everything together. She has not broken down in public. She has not made any dramatic gestures. But those who know her say her calm, nurturing presence is what's keeping George afloat. Her tears may be silent, but her actions are loud, attending every doctor's appointment, asking the hard questions, comforting George when he can't sleep, and making sure the children feel love, not fear. Amal is George's heart, a family source explained. And right now, she's holding that heart together with her own. This moment marks a turning point in George Clooney's life, and in the life of his family. The diagnosis is devastating, the road ahead uncertain, but there is still a powerful undercurrent of love, resilience, and quiet dignity. George Clooney is a fighter. Amal Clooney is a warrior of compassion. Together, they are facing what may be the biggest challenge of their lives, and doing it with grace that only true love can carry. Thank you for staying with us through this emotional story. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss an important update. Our hearts go out to George and Amal during this deeply painful time, and we'll continue to bring you respectful, verified stories as they unfold.